Guys, Robot1 here, coming at you with a new Yu-Gi-Oh video. And in today's Yu-Gi-Oh video, we are going to be talking about the November 20th ban list predictions. My predictions, to be exact, what Konami are going to be hitting, what Konami won't hit, my thoughts and opinions on that, because, hell, we know Konami are going to have the ban list on November 20th most likely, because FTKs are running around, so get that crap out of here, you know? And also, guys, I hate to say this, but we know Konami's not banning Firewall. We know Konami's not banning this garbage card right here, and it just won't happen. Konami won't ban it, we know they won't ban it, and we know why they won't ban it, because they want to make money off the anime, and the anime is going to bring in a lot of revenue for them, and money is what Konami love, and it's an ace monster of the series, so they won't ban it, but we know Konami are going to ban things around it, so let's talk about what they're going to ban around it, starting with our banned section, which is, guess what? 5 cards that revolve around an FTK needing Firewall. Cannon Soldier, Cannon Soldier Toon, or Toon Cannon Soldier, Cannon Soldier Mark II, Shadow Priestess of Ohm, and Amazoness Archer. 2 of them might not be hit, Mark II and Amazoness Archer, because you need 2 monsters, but I don't know how consistently the FTK can work with 2 monsters instead of 1, but I feel like they would find a way to be able to do it, so they're just going to straight up ban all 5 of these cards. Shadow Priestess of the Ohm because it tributes Dark Monsters. Graph is a Dark Monster. That's why. 5 cards for 1 card Sin. God damn it, Konami. Konami, they won't hit Firewall, so they're going to go ahead and hit the things around the problems with Firewall. They're going to go ahead and hit decks that require Firewall to be good or need Firewall to be really powerful. So they're mainly going to hit cards that are going to use Firewall as a degenerate resource and essentially try to fix the problems there. And these 5 cards being banned for 1 card Sin, I don't think it's right, but Konami are going to do it because they won't ban Firewall. So that's the ban section. These 5 cards that say tribute a monster and burn opponent because they won't ban Firewall. Yeah, ban section is done. Let's get on to the limited section, which is a little more interesting. So for the first limited card we have, it's going to be Sky Striker Ray. Now, Sky Striker Ray, in my opinion, will be limited for 1 reason alone. Well, 2 reasons really, but you get the point. One, its effect is its main reason, actually, and that is 1 reason, but it has 2 effects, so it's 2 reasons, isn't it? First reason, it can summon itself back when a link monster leaves the board. Now, there's practically no way to stop this effect unless you have a strike or playing Altergeist, so this effect will just continuously happen, being able to keep summoning itself back and keep getting additional monsters, be able to go even further. Reason number 2, it can tribute itself to summon a Sky Striker from the extra deck. Now, why is this a problem? Oh, I summon Kagari and get any card from my graveyard back. Engage, Afterburner, Widow Anchor, anything along those lines. End phase, I summon Shizuku. I get to search any Sky Striker card from my deck that isn't in my graveyard. Oh, I make Hayate. You attack the Hayate, I get to send any card to my graveyard which is a Sky Striker card. These aren't fair. Being able to recur itself constantly is not fair in a card. If it was only the 1 effect that allowed it to summon itself back from the graveyard, I feel like that would be completely fair, or if the second effect wasn't a quick effect. I would feel like that would be completely fair, completely sound, and wouldn't be a problem. Or hell, if it only didn't have the summon from grave effect. But because it has these 2 effects, it gives the deck so much advantage during your opponent's turn and their own turn that I don't think this is a very fair card. I feel like this card is a card that needs to be swiftly limited. It just gives the deck so much advantage, being able to summon a Hayate, actually being able to attack, summon a Hayate, send a card to the graveyard, then make a Kagari, another card back to hand. During opponent's turn, recycle anything in the graveyard. During opponent's turn, end phase, search with Shizuku. I don't feel like that's very fair, and I feel like the card needs to be hit for that reason. And it would make sense for the card to be hit for that reason because it does a lot. It does a lot for itself in that retrospect, and I feel like it's the most problematic card in the deck. And I know some people say it's multi-role or it's engage, but they're not going to hit engage because engage is the card that people spend a lot of money on, and they still want the deck to do really well. It's going to be like it's like the new Necros. They don't want to hit the main card just yet, but they're going to hit it at some other point. But I feel like hitting Ray will limit the deck's ability to make more monsters, and also take away a lot of their bullcrap plays on your own turn. Also, it limits their monster count, so they only have 2 monsters. I hate you, Sky Striker. Please die. But yeah, I can see Ray being hit because of those reasons. Next, I have Goki Suprex on this list. Goki Suprex is on this list because it's the most likely Goki to get hit, in my opinion. Now, the other Gokis, they won't get hit. The engine has been limited to a point where you're only playing like 1 Headbat, 2 Octo Stretch, 1 Cobra, 1 Scorpio, maybe a Bear Hug, and then 3 Suprex, in my opinion. So I see that. So if you limit the Suprex, it will take away their ability to gain additional normal summons, thus making them have to play more cards that aren't Gokis, and more cards that say additional summon, to essentially take away from the Goki way to FTK your extra link your opponent. And also, it's the main card they search with Assault to deal with that problem. So I could see them dealing with it in that way to deal with it a lot easier. So, obviously, getting rid of Super Egg takes away one of its search abilities. It makes it less consistent to gain additional summons. And it just takes away from Goki, which needs to have him, because they're not going to ban Summon Sorceress when it's not even come out yet, because it's coming out on like the 6th or the 5th in a special edition. And they won't ban Isolde because Isolde is also in that special edition. So they're most likely not going to hit those cards that allow you to go even further into an FTK. But limiting Goki Suprex will take away the ability to gain an additional summon and lessen the Goki engine even more. So, yeah, I could see Goki Suprex getting limited. Next, Dante of the Burning Abyss. The deck's doing really well. The deck has been doing really well recently. It's been topping events constantly, and it's just doing so much, and more and more people are using it and doing much better with it. So I could easily see that this deck get hit. Being able to just constantly summon big boss monsters or tribute opponents' monsters with kaijus, or just being able to just go into link strategies with Burning Abyss is not fair. So I see limiting Dante as an actual a necessity at this point. Being able to limit their deck and being able to limit the power that they have. Plus, you should have limited Dante sooner, so they'll probably limit it now because of the success BA has actually been having. Next, which I think will be unbanned, is Lavalval Chain. Now, Lavalval Chain I could see getting unbanned for one reason alone. Master All 4. What's it doing? It's a foolish burial. Like, honestly, being able to stack your deck, sure, it's fine. Stacking your deck is fine. But Lavalval Chain, it's not great anymore. Like, back in the day in Master All 3, when you could continuously make Lavalval Chain, continuously stack your deck, or continuously send the cards to the graveyard with an Infernity Loop, that was fine. That was broken, that was when it needed to be banned. But right now, the card isn't broken enough to need to be banned. The card doesn't do a lot, the card doesn't do enough, plus there isn't enough rank 4 decks in the game currently to make Lavalval Chain broken anymore. So I feel like Lavalval Chain should be limited, and they most likely will, because of, as we saw from last list, they unlimited Exciton, they limited Exciton Knight, and so I could see them, Lavalval Chain being the next one, seeing as it doesn't actually do a lot in the games, in the game circumstances. Next, Terraforming. They should have limited it last list. They're going to do it now because Sky Striker topped an event. From 32 to 2. Am I right? Scapegoat should have been limited last list. Scapegoat did really well. It's still a broken card, and it's still showing that it's a broken card. Straight to 1. Konami, you know what to do. You better do it, and I'm predicting you will. That's all I have for limited cards. Like, I feel like all these cards will be limited. Ray, because of its recursion effect and being able to just keep getting more resources from summoning the Ray from the graveyard. Goki Suprex, because of the additional summon ability, plus taking away more from its search ability as well, and its consistency. Dante, because Burning Abyss are just doing so much more. Lavalval Chain, it's not as good as it used to be. Terraforming, obvious reasons. Scapegoat, obvious reasons. And that's all I have for limited. Like, honestly, I could see all of these cards getting limited. Next, for semi-limited, the first card is Altergeist Multifaker. I feel like taking away from all of these other strategies, such as Goki, Sky Striker, FTK, Trickstars, I feel like you're going to need to do something to actually limit Altergeist as well. The deck still does really well, this deck still does a lot, and semi-limiting Multifaker is probably the best route to go, and what they will most likely do, mimicking the OCG in that fact as well, taking away their ability, like making it less consistent to get to your Multifaker, and literally Multifaker can just win games on its own, so it really does make sense for the card to actually be limited, semi-limited, and even though you can still search out stuff like Metaseek, Personal Spoofing. It's still harder to get to, seeing as it says 2. Plus, it makes you playing Desires and other things like that a lot harder on you, because if you banish that one Faker, then you're most likely going to lose, well, those 2 Fakers, you're most likely going to lose because Faker is your main play and your main strategy. So I could see them semi-limiting Multi-Faker because it makes it a lot harder to get to, and it just means you're not going to hard draw it off the top of your deck. Plus, it wins games on its own. Next, Destiny Hero Malicious. Obvious reasons again. Armageddon Knight, Goki, Dark Grapher. Any deck that can consistently link spam. This, Burning Abyss as well. This card is so powerful and is doing so much in so many decks, and just making itself more and more relevant and more broken, that I can honestly not see this card staying up free. I honestly feel like this card is going to 2, and honestly, Konami, if you're smart, you will put this card at 2. Like, honestly, this card needs to go to 2. It's just creating so much degenerate link advantage with Armageddon Knight, being able to make a soul, summoning another copy from its deck, from the deck, summon a copy with a soul, monster with a soul, instantly 4. Being able to do so much with just one card is just not fair, and I don't see them banning Armageddon Knight, because Armageddon Knight isn't as broken as people think, and if you ban Armageddon Knight, you literally just change to Mathematician or just play free Dark Grapher. Like, that's all you do, and like, honestly, limiting Mali just takes a lot of that away, so I feel like they'll limit Mali just because of the link spam and how easy it is to just make big link monsters for free with this one card. Next, Allure of Darkness, FTK and Thunder Dragons. I feel like they'll give a light tap to Thunder Dragons, and also take away something from the Danger FTK, because Danger FTK is just still really powerful still, so taking away Allure of Darkness takes a bit away from their consistency. Gold Sarcophagus, I can see this going to 2 as well, because it's basically reinforcements of the army for any banished strategy, including Thunder Dragons, being able to make Thunder Dragon Dark an instant rotor, so I feel like giving Thunder Dragons another little tap on the wrist with this as well is fair for the game, and I can see them doing it for that reason. And that's all I have for semi-limits. Like, I feel like Altergeist Faker is definitely going to happen. Malicious is definitely going to happen. Allure, I could see it happening, but honestly, it might not, because Konami are little gits. But also, Gold Sarcophagus, I definitely see this card going to 2, because it just makes banished strategies that much more consistent, and it makes Thunder Dragons just not fair in that regard, having a free rotor for any card in their deck. But for unlimited cards, first one is Max C. We're in a degenerate format where you just spam special summons, honestly. If you're going to keep Firewall in the format, you have to bring back Max C to free. It's a very fair card. It's not broken whatsoever. It gives you a chance to come back. If you put it to free, then both players have an equal chance of drawing it. And both players have a way to stop your opponent. We also have cards like Ash Blossom in the game now, which just say, stop your Max C so you can't chain to my special summon and get draws. So there's that as well, and I could honestly see Max C coming back to free just because of the amount of degenerate special summon spam decks that are in the game, and this will help greatly to deal with a lot of those problems. So Max C to free is definitely something I could see. A Assault Core to free doesn't need to be limited if we ban all the Cannon Soldiers. Can go straight back to free. Main reason it was originally banned was because of the Cannon Soldier loop. And finally, Luster Pendulum and True Draco Slayer. Pendulums are doing nothing. This card does not need to be at 2. This card can go straight back to free. But yeah, guys, what do you personally think of my list? Do you think my list is good? Do you think my list is bad? Like, honestly, there are other cards that could possibly come off, like Construct and things, or Daigusto Emerald, but I feel like they won't do that because they hate us for starters, and they don't want these stupid formats to come back. But In general, I feel like all of these things will happen. Firewall won't get banned, sadly, which is very upsetting, but they will hit everything around it most likely to kind of calm us all down and take away from these stupid degenerate strategies. But yeah, guys, what do you think of my list? Do you think my list is good? Do you think my list is bad? I personally think this list is accurate. I can see everything on this list happening. I can see all the cannon soldiers being banned, including Queen and Amazoness Ohm and Amazoness Archer. Definitely Sky Striker's getting hit. Definitely Gokyo getting hit. Sky Striker, Trickstar, just get rid of the goat and the terraforming. Come on. Altergeist will definitely be hit. Mali could go to 1, honestly, but I personally see them putting it to 2. Gold Circle, in my opinion, will definitely get here. Max C needs to come back. It definitely does. But guys, what do you think of that in the comment section below? Do you think my list is bad? Do you think my list is good? Tell me all of your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below so I can hear them, have your thoughts and opinions as well, and just give my thoughts and opinions back to you guys to, you know, give my thoughts and opinions. What else? But yeah. That's the list. Thanks guys for watching. Press the like button if you enjoyed. Tell me all your thoughts in the comments section below, as I just said. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to press the subscribe button to get more Yu-Gi-Oh videos from me on this channel. And if you want to be notified of any future Yu-Gi-Oh videos that I do on my channel, don't forget to press the notification button to be notified of any videos or streams that I do, which are normally at 8 PM UK time. But yeah guys, Konami, please fix your ban list. Guys, keep spamming Firewall in the ban in their comment sections, because it just makes my my little skit that I did the other day even more right. And yeah, thanks for watching guys. Robot1 signing out. Konami fix your ban list, and I'm going to have more for Konami fix the ban list soon. Later guys, Robot1 signing out. Thanks for watching guys, and don't forget to like, comment and subscribe on this video for more Yu-Gi-Oh videos, and check out the links in the description for the previous video and the link to my Facebook page where you can see previous videos that I've posted there and any other information that I may have posted there. I hope to see you guys next time, and thanks for watching.